evening, folks. Sorry for kind jerry-rigging this. As you can see, this here has taken my usual spot. Oh, say hello. Say hello. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels, also known as the Lady Autist on Twitter. I wanted to start out with an apology this evening. A lot of people, I don't want to say they're upset or anything, but Kitty's photo bombing me. Yay, I got my seat back. Go, 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 go. Going. But when I put out that tweet on Twitter, it was due to a fact that I was seeing, before I even brought it up, that there were some folks that felt just really uneasy about donating to CHLA due to circumstances. Now, I could probably have used a little bit better wording. I did place in the tweet that they felt like they did Johnny dirty. I don't necessarily think that way. It's just how I word things sometimes. I apologize for that too, by the way. And the reason why I put it out there and sent it to my fellow YouTubers like you, Dan, at Come Geek Some, and Stevie and everybody, is I felt like if that many people were saying things on my feed about how they felt uncomfortable and they weren't going to donate anything to CHLA, I've seen what this community can do for charity. And especially when we're kind of all on the same page and when everybody gives what they can. And I just felt, seeing that, I didn't want the kids to miss out on what this community can do all together. Because people were feeling uneasy about CHLA. So that's why I said something. There's other children's charities out there. I just want to make sure no matter what happens, sick kids are getting the help that they need, especially during pandemic times. I didn't mean to cause any drama. I didn't mean to cause any type of division. I just wanted to make sure that those who had those uneasy feelings did get their voices heard on the matter. And I just wanted to make sure that this money could go and help sick kids that are in need, regardless of the uneasiness of the situation. So I just wanted to clarify that. I hope that didn't come off too rambling. It's just, I felt really bad about it when Dan brought it up on General Zod's stream. And I didn't want to be causing any damage either way. Okay, now that that's out of the way, also wanted to talk about interesting thing that's been lighting Twitter up like a freaking Christmas tree all day. So I won't be naming any names in this, but two of our biggest accounts in regards to the supporters of JD were doxxed and had their personal information. When I mean personal information, I mean about their lives, about their professional work that they do outside of Twitter. They were outed for that by there was an article about it. And the article itself was not done by the person that did the original doxing. It's just somebody in this community got upset at those two individuals. They doxed them. And then this article came out that just slammed the both of them. In the meantime, at least one of those accounts was unfortunately suspended for reasons I still don't even know. Doesn't even make any sense. So guys, this is going to be the new one. Immediately after that, there was an AH stan that was just demanding that all JD supporters, or trolls as she called us, should be outed and have our names known. Now, got a couple things to cover on this. First of all, excusez-moi, Miss AH Source, but if you get to hide behind a pseudonym so that you can protect your private life online, then why can't we? If you look at what the judge from Virginia said, there was no evidence found for any death threats to AH, her family, or her friends that was done online. So, I really don't understand that. Doxing us. What are you trying to prove exactly? What are you trying to prove? Now, there are those whose professional lives do require that they have a certain level of autonomy. There's also the fact that doxers will use this information in order to harass the personal life of the person whose information that they got. Call their employers, call their family, have the cops called on them and come to their house. There's just a bunch of stuff that can be done. And that's really not okay. You can support someone even against all logic, reason, facts, or critical thinking. You're allowed to support someone. That's absolutely fine. You can even go ahead and make smart-ass comments in regards to the opposition. You're wrong, but that's whatever. That's your right. What you don't have to do is to harass the opposition to the point that you feel entitled to their personal information and entitled to be able to wreak havoc on their personal lives. That is something you do not have the right to do. So, in regards to that, I would say, folks, if you're not already kind of an infamous public figure, semi-public figure like me, report any tweets like this immediately, screenshot and share them so that others may do the same, and then block. Because they don't have the right to be able to invade and harass you in your ordinary, non-internet lives. Now me, on the other hand, well, I can't help but poke the bear. My life is basically a matter of public record. I mean, there wouldn't even be a point in doxing me. You can literally Google this stuff. It's just real simple. Just type my name in, type in Mo Commission on Autism Spectrum Disorders, boom, there I am. I did it myself earlier today. So, I decided I was going to do it for them. So, I screenshot one of the articles, the paragraph that was about me getting my second term in the Commission of Autism Spectrum Disorders. That was back around 2012. I also posted pictures of me being at said commission, working both in the offshoot group where we were working towards work supports in regards to people with autism throughout the state, and pictures of the General Commission as a whole. I posted a pic of one of our vocation fairs where we were talking about options of employment for people on autism spectrum disorder. Basically, I doxed myself and showed them pretty much, well, everything that they could find. And I did it to call them out. I did it to call them out. Because they're going to threaten to dox, they're going to try to intimidate us into silence, into actually leaving. I think their goal is for us to completely leave, delete our accounts, and completely disappear off of social media. So it looks like JD's support is leaving him. That's what I think is kind of actually underneath this thread. So, I had to call their bluff. I'm like, here's all my information. Now that that's over with, let's talk about those donations. They took my bait, but didn't take my bait. Essentially, they called me someone desperately seeking attention who thinks that they're a somebody. Well, facts are, honey, I just proved to you in this thread that I am a somebody. But okay. And it was just, get off. So it was just a childish little tantrum. So, this is what we're dealing with. Childlike behavior. And if they're going to act like children, I'm going to treat them like children. You should also treat them like children. When you see them make these threats, screenshot it, send it out, let us all report it, and block these individuals, because they're not entitled to a single thing in regards to our personal lives. They're not. And it is an act of desperation. You see, if they can intimidate us, then they don't have to do their due diligence in making arguments based on fact. They have nothing. All they can do is try to shut us up. That's it. So, screenshot, send it out, mass report, and mass block. Alright, folks, that's really all I got this evening. If you could, please don't forget to hit the comments, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.